Well, greetings and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our first ever episode of Game Mavericks Battle Royale. We are the Z-Bros.
Hello, I'm Eric. We're gonna play some video games.
Why don't we get this started? I think what we're gonna do is try a versus race so that we can show off some of our favorite tracks in this game. I've played a good deal of it already. Eric spent more time with it, but you know.
Yeah, I've unlocked all the
We're playing this
character
on Eric's
roys.
profile. I'll be Dinkle King.
I will be. You know what? I'm gonna go straight up Marion.
Just like the first game.
Yep. And there are just like in this. From what I've seen, this game is like a mixture of all the different, like, sort of. They tried to mix a lot of the mechanics from all the Mario games thus far, and so you got like gliders, like in the 3DS version, and you have coins. Coins make a return a Roy, and then shit. I don't know. It's probably, in my opinion, from what I've seen, the best looking Nintendo game ever.
Like, ever, period?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they have these things from New Super Mario Brothers U. I'll take that one.
I mean, I didn't play like
No teams, all items, 100cc, okay with you.
Yep.
Alright, normal computers, all vehicles, and we'll choose. How about we'll do 4?
Sounds
just for the
good.
dull fuck of it. Why don't you choose the first track?
Yeah.
Start us off here.
So, we're probably just gonna do ones from the top row since they're the new maps.
Yeah.
Let's start with the Let's do one from each cup. How about?
All right.
Try to pick the most interesting one. This is probably the most interesting one from
Ready?
the first cup. Yep. And so I just kind of figured this game's new. It'd be sort of a fun thing to do over the weekend.
Yeah, I mean,
show it off.
There's kind of been a disappointing amount of viewership with Indy 500, so this will be something.
Let's not get super passive aggressive about Guckle. Madame Guckle.
I mean, like, this will at least be fun for us sitting here playing it, you know.
And should you wanna just check this game out? This is what it looks like. And
yeah,
I mean, it's Mario Kart, so.
I mean, if I'm gonna, it's probably my favorite of the 8 of them. I never played 7. I just never had the interest for whatever reason. But I mean, like, it's definitely the best looking one. The tracks I find are more interesting.
Yeah.
One thing I really like is that it's a little more balanced difficulty wise. Like, before it would be like in Mario Kart Wii, for example. You'd be like in first place, and then all of a sudden, like, a blue shell would come out of nowhere, and then you get hit by a red shell, and then suddenly you're in 5th place.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
just out of nowhere.
That's just like a trait of Mario Kart almost.
Yeah, but it was still kind of an annoying thing about that game.
And you'd say they balanced it a little bit more in this game?
I feel like there's more skill to it. I feel like the controls a little smoother almost. I mean, like, the fan favorite seems to be 64.
Yeah.
Seems to be. I mean, but most of the people I know of who say that it is are the ones that, like, grew up with it.
Yeah.
And we didn't.
Well,
so coming back to it, it's just like the characters aren't even in 3D. They're still sprites. There are only like 8 tracks. Well, 16, I think. They're only like the 4 cups. I mean, like, none of the items are very special. I mean, I guess the music's alright, but
well,
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't played enough of it to make any assertion about it. But I think it was probably like the first, like, I don't want to say good, but it's probably the point where Mario Kart went from just like, this is pretty cool, to like, holy crap,
yeah.
This is awesome.
I just think that people, when they're, you know, praising the fucking shit out of it, it's with nostalgia goggles on.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
Well, I've know what to tell because I didn't grow up with it, nor have I played much of it.
Yeah.
All I know is this game's pretty awesome. It just takes everything about Mario Kart, and if you were going to play a Mario Kart game, this would probably be the one. I mean, I would highly recommend it. It's like, no pun intended, but all pun intended, driving Wii U sales, right? Basically.
Yeah. I mean, like, it basically boosted Wii U sales by like 90% from last year. Oh, come on, like, I finally get a good item and then I get struck by the fucking lightning power-up. Like, if there was one thing they should have gotten rid of in between games, it's that thing. Does anybody like that power-up? Is it useful for anybody?
It hurts me, so I don't like it. It makes me angry.
I played like absolute shit there.
Well, you were talking.
Yeah.
So you pick this time.
Sure.
Pick something from the next couple of Roy.
The next couple of Roy. Alright.
So just like most of the recent Marion carts, or maybe all the way back, I don't know. It has
kind of like this one.
You have the top row of cups, which are all new maps, and then a bottom row, which are like sort of remade maps from older Marion Kart games. So yeah, it's I would, you know, if you've ever wanted to check out Mario Kart, I think now's the time to do it. This game looks amazing. It has like well, a decent amount of stuff to do by yourself. The multiplayer is really easy to use, both offline and online.
Yeah.
Assuming you have like a user ID and internet, obviously, but
yeah.
And if you play with Michael, he's garbage at it, so you can laugh at him.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not something like, oh my god, this is the most original thing ever, you have to buy a Wii U to play this, but...
Although I feel like a lot of people are.
I doubt it. Like,
maybe not justifiably.
Most people with, like, modern Nintendo games are just like, they're just copy and pasting the same game over and over again. There's some truth to it, but, you know, like, all big publishers do that. They have to get... Like, why should they take a bunch of gigantic risks with, you know, their sales and whatnot? If Mario sells, why not make it? You know, people are going to keep buying them, you know, like... Well, that being said,
I mean, well, that's true, and that can be frustrating in a sense. It's not like the games are bad either.
No.
It's like, clearly a lot of people enjoy them in every single
I saw, like, for whatever reason, like, I saw, like, I was on some kind of review site looking up...
Was it IGN?
No, it was GameSpot. I refuse to use IGN ever again. Never mind. But, like, basically, like, a fan review was there, and I read it, and it was basically someone saying, this is just the same Mario Kart game we've played, like, 7 times before. It's no good, don't buy it. And it's just like, okay, but...
I think that's fair to say, but... Yeah, like, this is just another Mario Kart. If you'd rather play the older Mario Kart, and you want to play Mario Kart, play that one.
Yeah.
That being said, this is the most up-to-date one, and... The only reason I'd be frustrated by it is, you know, it's like you could argue that there's like not enough innovation and stuff because
you still got
it, which can be frustrating.
You've still got your gravity things like that's something that the tracks in the old games never had.
That's true, but I feel like it's not really substantial enough to say like, well, that's definitely a reason to check out the new one.
Boy, I'm not used to 100cc.
I'm used to 150cc, so...
Man, I'm totally getting my ass kicked here.
I agree.
Gotta run that corner at least.
Yippee.
I like how, like... I don't know, like, before this, I'd probably say that the Wii one was my... Like, I guess I feel like with Smash Brothers and Mario Kart, like, the newest games, like, always have, like, the most content, the most variety, the best looking graphics, you know, so it's just like, why would I want to play Melee when I can play Brawl, you know?
Even though Melee is superior.
I really don't understand why people think that at all.
It's just the physics.
The physics aren't really that different, I find.
Well, that's because you haven't played enough of either of them.
I mean, like, it's not like Super Smash Brothers is my favorite thing
From a competitive standpoint, which a lot of people don't think Smash Brothers is that competitive, which, you know, you could argue it isn't as like the other bigger fighting games. But are we talking about Smash Brothers? But it's just Brawl is a little bit too floaty, and there's a lot of unbalanced characters.
Yeah.
But hey, we'll see about the new one. Could do the Electrodome.
Yeah,
that
you're supposed to be picking anyway.
Well,
you want the Electrodrome?
Yeah, because it's interesting.
Alright, I haven't actually driven on this course yet. I think I unlocked the third cup before the Star Cup before like I started really digging into back into my editing for my personal channel. And of course I've been working on uploading for Game Mavericks and whatnot.
Yep. So, what is your overall opinion of this game? What do you think of it?
I really like it. I mean, like, there's not really anything wrong with it. I mean, like, it's certainly easily the best looking Mario Kart game we've ever gotten.
I just think it looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's probably the best looking game on Wii U right now, honestly. Like, my favorite game on the system is still Tropical Freeze.
Yeah, and I mean, I haven't played it, but you played Wind Waker HD.
Yeah.
Which
that game, it was not that much of an upgrade, let's be honest.
It seems like there's a lot of sort of like ease of life changes, like the Swift Sail or whatever, and you got like
if you're gonna
the Triforce stuff is
if I'm ever gonna play like a version of Wind Waker ever again, I'm going to play the HD version because of the slight graphical improvements and because the sailing isn't as clunky and slow. But like, if you only have the original GameCube version and you're wondering whether or not that version is worth it, it's not.
But you'd say
it's like the Ratchet and Clank HD collection. I mean, like, if you don't own the games, it's great, but if you do, like, there's no reason to own it because like it doesn't really look that much better to really make it worth spending the extra $15 or so on it. $30 if you're buying it from like an actual game store in person. Like, they really, I don't know. Is it just me, or have used game prices been going up a little? They seem a little high to me lately, especially with like the NES and stuff.
I just think that in comparison, like with a lot of that stuff, you go to the store, anything that you really get from the retail type stores is a little bit pricey. I think that's more because you can get lots of video games for much cheaper now. You have your Xbox Live Arcade, you got Steam and other various clients like GOG or and then you got like the PlayStation Network store or whatever the fuck it's officially called.
The PlayStation Store.
Yeah. And you can get a lot of like retro stuff cheaper. So aside from actually owning like a cart, which depending on the game can be important, or depending on your attitude towards that stuff can be important, but I feel like you could, if you had $20 now, you could go out and get like a few good games like that cost a lot less, that are like great experiences. Whereas maybe in the past I feel like not as much. I just got fucked over at the last second.
I think I picked a shitty vehicle because it's not really taking these corners that well.
It's the vehicle's fault, not mine, Aru.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what exactly I'm doing wrong here, because like I'm not getting good power-ups even though I'm kind of in the middle.
Because the game is more balanced and based on skill.
No. I'm not sure what exactly I'm doing wrong here. Like, I'm drifting and everything. Alright, I know nothing about these levels.
Let's do Bowser's Castle, because it has badass music.
Alrighty, Roo?
At least I think so. I think Aru, that's Aru.
Think Aru. By the way, I love like all these fake companies in the background.
Yeah, there's a lot of like fake advertisements in this game, which is pretty cool.
This stage makes me want a Galaxy 3.
Yeah. When's the last... I feel like I've asked you this very recently, but when's the last time you played Galaxy 2?
It was really recently, actually, like right before I had to say like just a couple months ago, I got the last green star and finished the what is it called? Grandmaster Galaxy?
I don't know.
I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not going to spoil my opinions on that, because someday I'm going to make, like, some sort of mega review for those games. So that I can, like, actually, like, explain why they're so awesome. But in the meantime, I'm stuck with Jak and Daxter.
Which you're not a fan of.
Yeah.
Don't be like, yeah, you don't like that game. Damn.
Oh boy. It's...
Everybody...
I'm gonna be crucified for just uploading a review that is not, like, extremely positive in its own right. Like, before I started writing, I literally, like, I wanted to understand, like, why people liked that game so much. So, like, I basically watched, like, a bunch of other people like me who made reviews of it to see, like, what they had to say. And, like, they'd have titles of stuff like, you've got, like, your average Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy review. And then you have, like, these other reviews that are just like, Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, still great after all these years. Something like that. And so, like, most of them were less than 10 minutes long. They barely talked about the gameplay. They basically said, whoa, there's some puzzles and stuff, but you could solve them. Oh, and there's no flaws with this game. It's absolutely perfect in every way. Get out of my way, Bowser's Fist. Hey, Waluigi.
Nah, that's funny. I've got a... Shit.
He took my coin. A fucking Waluigi took my coin. I'm finally starting to do good in this.
Waluigi, you're on. How was it you said that?
Waluigi.
Got your Marion.
Your Warion, your Luigi on.
Waluigi on. Shit. Alright. This is intense like a circus.
Fuck you, Waluigi. Oh, by the way, I like how these statue things up over there, they remind me of Mario 3.
Yeah.
Oh, come on! What just hit me?
I think that was me.
Whoa! Whoa! I have never gotten that. See, like...
The Boomerang.
That is, like, one, like, consistent criticism I have of Mario Kart is just, like, all the... Still, like, even now, like, all the good power-ups go to the people who are in, like, last place. But
well,
because, like, the game wants
sense.
But, like, the game still wants you to be, like, in first place. Like, it's sort of like being in high school. If you don't get an A, it's not good enough. You know what I mean? Like, the game wants you to get a first place so that you can unlock more shit. But, you know, at the same time, that means, like, I don't get to use the boomerang. I don't get to use the bomb. I just get more shells and bananas and whatnot. Like, why have these power-ups if you can't even use them?
Well... Then, I don't know. I guess...
Fucking Waluigi. I was in first place for most of this race. Okay.
So I bet you can imagine what it's like playing games with Michael. You get a 20-minute bitch fest. But I digest.
It's an 18 minutes and 41 second long bitch fest, sir.
It felt like 20 minutes at least. But I digest.
Yeah, want to maybe do, like, another session?
Or we could do, like, we could do a battle.
Yeah, I haven't played those yet. Maybe they're...
I haven't either.
I've heard that they're not as good as before, though.
I was never a huge fan of them, but, I mean, we should probably check them out for the...
For LP's sake.
Yeah.
Alright, sure.
Alright, are we doing it right now, or do you want to do it, split it up, and have it come out tomorrow? Wink.
Well, I was thinking that, like, we'd release, like, one on Saturday and another on Sunday.
Yeah.
So why don't we we'll see you guys next time when we check out the battle mode, see what that's like. So yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.